morning, everyone. How are you? I know it's a different time, but grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. How's everybody doing today? So I'm glad that you could join me. I know I changed the time, so let's get that out of the way first. Summer hours. Friday mornings will be at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And no Sunday Facebook Lives at Sunday 7 p.m. Just for the summer, which is really for us here, maybe another 6 weeks or so. So I appreciate you still tuning in. And I will be back on Sundays. It's just that the summer doesn't last very long, so I wanted to enjoy the last remaining weekends with my family. So I'm sure you all understand. So, and if 8 o'clock is not convenient for you, then you can always watch the replay. Let me know where you're from, share my videos. I have summer hours on Fridays right now, so I don't have to go into my day job for an hour later. So it helps me prepare a little bit more. So anyway, let's get started. So today's video, I am going to show you July's paper pumpkin. And good morning, good morning. So let me just show you, before I do that, I want to just show you a couple of cute things. Now, I like to try to get organized. This was a bathroom or powder room thing I found in Home Goods. I think I showed you that a while ago. Let me just flip the camera. So what I did was I used that for my pieces of cardstock for the strips and these for the odd ones. And you'd see it's got nice little bling. And it sits really nice on my craft table. Last night I found the matching pieces. Okay. So now I can flip the camera back. Sorry about that. Yes, Carolyn, grab your coffee. Okay, and this one has a top to it. Maybe for cotton balls or something like that. But look, I can use it for my other tools. My paper snips, my scissors, my take your pick tool. And then I guess this is the toothbrush holder I use for some of the other things. There's my take your pick tool, some pens. So I thought it was cute. Plus it adds a lot because it's got bling on it. The other thing I want to call your attention to is my create sign over there. If you can see it. Whoop, wrong way. There we go. Thank you to my friend Win Ann who brought that to my class last week. Okay, so again, a couple of things. The reason I wanted to do the July paper pumpkin this morning was that as of August 1st, you can, if you're not a paper pumpkin subscriber and you subscribe for August, they have an add-on bundle which you can buy for $10 more. So this is the flyer. Okay, so if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber already, for $10 more, you can contact me and I can order that card bundle. It's called Tags and, what is it called? Tags and, I can't even think because it's the wrong time of day. Bags and Tags. Little craft totes there. But for $10, you can get a card add-on bundle. Okay, so just contact me. You can get that as of August 1st. You can't get it on the My Paper Pumpkin or the paperpumpkin.com site. The other thing, just to remind you, July 31st ends the bonus days. So get your orders in, Stampersdelight.com. Every $50, you earn a $5 coupon good towards your next order in August. And, of course, July through August 31st, you can join my team. I'd love to have you join. For $99, you get to pick out $155 of merchandise. You get to pick out what you want, and you can pick out from the new catalog, the pre-order catalog, as of August 1st. So if you join my team August 1st, your $155 items can come from the pre-order. Doesn't get any better than that. Now's the time to try it. Okay, so yes, glitter is nice. Glitter. Okay, so let me flip the camera and we'll get started, okay? So this is my host code online for July. Use that if you have an order. You want to place an order with me. Don't use it if you have an order of $150 or more because then you want to get the whole benefits, okay? So we will move that out of the way. And let's open up this nice kit. I like the fact that they're teaming things up with your kit. Okay, so for this kit, it gives you more. What that means is you can add to this kit if you have the Woven Thread Suite, the Garden Lane Suite, or the Come Sail Away Suite. And I'm going to show you a few of those today. In the kit, you get your little Pretty Peacock ink spot. We're going to put that over there. And, of course, your stamp set. Hello, friend. Happy birthday. You've been on my mind. You're the best. And a little, I don't know, a little image there and a seashell. Put those over there for now. And, of course, you always get it in a nice little tissue paper, which I try to save and reuse, whether it's in stamping or wrapping a gift. Put that back in there. You can keep the boxes or break them down, but they break down really easy, and you can put them away, and you can actually put them inside out. I don't know if anybody knew this. You can actually do this, put them inside out, and use them, wrap them as a gift for a gift. I keep a lot of mine like that, especially if you're doing card kits, whether you're doing mail out card kits for friends or loved ones who use your cards. Okay. Inside the kit, you're going to get the instructions. Now, if you're already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you know this. So let's just show you real quick what you get. Okay, in here you get some linen thread, and you get 3 little paper clips. Be careful with those. They fall out. You get some sequins, adhesive sequins. Let's get rid of this piece right here. Some glue dots. You always get the instructions, plus there's a video. Oop, did that one too fast. There's a video online, which I will add later to my YouTube video or my blog. Here's the instructions, and there is a YouTube video with instructions. I usually the pictures. Okay. All right. We've got some dimensionals. And this is a round dimensional. Can you see that? You'll see it when I put the card together. For the wheels. Okay, the wheel is right here. But the nice thing is that you have a lot of this left you can use. I use every piece. Okay, this is some designer series paper. Some more with some banners. There's 3 for each card. Grab the other one. Okay, so there's the wheels I was talking about. There's the tags. Okay, let's just find my other piece here. It's in here somewhere. Okay, so there's the 3 cards are like this. There, you can't see it, but it's textured. These 3 cards look textured. They would go with the woven thread. Here's my other die cuts. And that would go with these card bases. Okay. And then we have the envelopes. Now, a couple of things I'll tell you about the envelopes. I haven't done this. Okay, I've done it in the past. You can actually, we might do it later if I have time. You can actually take this apart and just use this as your designer series paper. So we may go with that. I just like to give you all the ideas, even though I may not be able to do them all on Facebook Live. And here's the other 2. This goes with the, this one would go with the Garden Lane Suite. This one would go with the woven threads, and of course, Come Sail Away with Me. So those are all the pieces. Okay, we're going to move this out of the way real quick. I don't want to move real quick because I know it makes it freeze. Oh, and here's some more little die cuts. Okay, so I'm going to put all the die cuts right there. All the card bases right here. Get this out of my way. Put it all on the side here. Okay. So, let me show you first. Bring that in. Here, I always like to do one of the cards that they show. So this is the Come Sail Away with Me. Okay, and you can see that right there. Bring it up close. It's just like the, I do it just very similar. I might change a little bit, but this one I did pretty much the same. And this one I put a seashell on the inside and, of course, on the envelope. So I'm not going to show you that because that is on the video. Okay, there is, just go to paperpumpkinhowto.com and you'll see the video. I will also share that later. All right, so that one, we already know what that one looks like. The You've Been on My Mind. This is the one from the woven thread. Oh, let me just show you real quick. Bring that back in. So this one is from the Sailing Home or Come Sail Away With Me bundle. Okay, so that coordinates with that, and I'll show you how in a little bit. This one is the one that coordinates with the woven thread. And here's that stamp set. So this again, I did just like the project on here. And then the last one is the Verdant Garden, which is from the Garden Lane Suite. And this is just like the one on here. Okay, I'll turn that because it's this way. So there's that one. And there's those two. Okay, so let's bring that one in. And again, this is just like the one that's on there that gives you directions. Okay, so now let's go to the way I changed them up. We will start with the Sail Away. Come Sail Away Suite. Now that's the one in the catalog or in the directions. This one is the exact same way or exact same card, but just turned. Nothing says you have to have it the same way. Okay. So it's the same card, just done the opposite way. So that's one alternative. The other alternative I did, and I'll show you that real quick, is I incorporated the stamp set, Sail Away, and I changed it up. See, I used a boat back there. So let's try that. Okay. So I'm going to grab my card base. I'm going to grab my wheel here. I'm going to grab the small piece right here. And I'm even going to change it up a little bit more. Now let me bring in this piece. All right, so here's the die cuts for this. And we're just going to pop that out. Pop this one out. And you see that the little pieces in there, you're going to take those out. And we got some little clouds. You like the opposite way better, Maureen? Okay. Hi, Janine. Hi, Lisa. Okay. So this I'm going to toss, although I could probably figure out something to do with it. But at some point, you do have to get rid of some of your stash, right? Or your odd pieces. Okay. So this right here, if you look at, again, if you look at the one that they show, they just have that green piece. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my small sailboat. Let's see, do I want congrats? Let's see. I think I'll make this a thank you card. So I'm going to grab my thanks out of here. And you can see I have some pieces stashed away here. Maybe I'll even take one of those out. Who knows? Maybe I'll use that. Let's take out, let's see. I'll take out another little boat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Now, for this one, I'm using my peacock pretty peacock, because I'm going to be doing something with that cute little ink pad and stamp set in a bit. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to ink this up. Stamp one right there. Okay, put that over there so I don't mess it up. And then I'm going to probably put this here. See, this is the one I did the... Actually, I'm going to change it even more. Okay, so let's do it opposite. Let's do it this way. And then this one, I can put back there. And this is how I usually create my cards. I don't put everything down right away. I kind of like position them. Where do I want them? And I want to do this a little bit different than the alternative. So I think maybe I want the wheel there. Maybe this one over here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so you can use your glue dots, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my snail for the first cloud. And I'm going to lay that down flat. Then I'm going to take my dimensionals and take your pick tool. And I'm going to puff that one up a little bit, okay? Don't let me lose that. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to layer it right below that, but have it puffed up. Okay. Now I'm going to take that away and try to remember how I had that. This is going to go right here. This I am going to, you know what? I'm going to puff that up too. So I'm going to put some dimensionals here. That should be enough to keep it. Okay. We were talking at my class the other day about how we find these all over, and I don't even want to tell you where I found the last one. They just stick to everything. Okay, so I'm going to put that right here. Let's see. And we're going to go with that there. We're going to go with that there. Now this is what I wanted to show you. It's pretty neat. Okay, so here's the dimensionals. This is dimensionals. Okay, and you just lift off this round circular piece right here. But the remaining part of it is all dimensionals. So you can use that. I mean, I know I can use that big piece, but you can cut these, you know, what's left. I don't throw any of that out. That's like treasure. All right, I'm going to lay this down and put it in the camera view. And it is sticky. And I'm going to pop that in right behind there. Okay. All right, it's looking good. Okay, so this, because it's already puffed up a little bit there, I'm just going to snail this down. And remember, use extra snail in the humid weather, okay? I'm going to lay that right over here. Okay. This one I am going to, this is a nice puffy card. Put that right there. Now I've got my thanks. And I mean, I could use one of the ones that came with the paper pumpkin, but I'm showing you an alternative. And again with the peacock. I go through a lot of thank you cards. Okay. All right, and this I'm going to put right about here. Now remember, I've got these two pieces too. This one is the one that goes with that. That's for the other card. You may not want to use that. You may want to save it, but I'm going to layer that up. I just don't want to cover up too much of that boat back there. So I'm going to go ahead and snail that down. Just have a little bit of that showing. Then I'm going to grab the linen thread. And for these little pieces here that you get with your kit, use your little half cases for the leftovers. And then I just mark them. And then I put them on the shelf, because you can use them for other cards. Whoop, I did the same thing. I threw those little... I did the same thing before. Okay, so don't forget you got these little guys. You don't want to lose those. Go flying out of there. Find the end of the thread. Just tie a nice little bow. Everybody got their coffee or their tea? Okay, and we're just going to snip that. And then decide where I think this one, see this one I put behind it. This one I think I might put right there. So for this one I am going to use the glue dot. I'm just going to pick that up, put that right about there. And I'm going to roll this up a little bit because this is such a big thin thread. I don't want a lot of that glue dot to be shown. See how I did that? I just rolled it up into a little ball. I don't want to tell you what kind of little ball I call it. But you get the picture. Okay. And then I'm just going to, again, take some snail. I will cut those tails down a bit once I put this on there. Or not. There we go. Let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to leave them. Nah. I'll trim it just a bit. So there you have, oh, one more thing. The sequins. Okay. Now I'm not going to put anything on the inside because it's a thank you card and I like to write my own messages. So here I'm going to take one of the larger ones, one of the smaller ones, the opposite color, and maybe go with this one over here. You can just put those on sporadically wherever you want because they always make it look nice. So there you have an alternative. Adding the Sailing Home stamp set. Okay, hope you like that one. Now let's see what's next. And I got to keep watching the time. Let's see. So, that was sailing away. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, so, let me find that other card. Here is the card with the woven suite from the Paper Pumpkin kit. I want to say catalog. And then here are two alternatives I did. This one, again, is using everything from the Paper Pumpkin, but just turning the card around and the stamp that comes with it as a background. So you see how I stamped the background, and then I just did it the opposite way. So an alternative doesn't have to be totally different. You can just turn the card around. Okay. The next one is using with the woven suite. Okay, so what I did with that one is grab the paper or the card base, which is this. Again, the reason I'm not showing you the ones that are in the kit to do those are because you already have those in the kit. You already have the instructions and you have a video on them. Okay, so we're going to take that and we're going to take this piece. And I'm going to show you what else you can do with this piece. You're going to gently pop that out. And again, we're changing that up because if you see the background, that's a piece of leftover designer series paper from the woven thread designer series paper. Okay, so it was left over from a card class that I did, so I put that in there. But we're going to change this up a little bit again, and the still shots will be available later on. You see this piece right here? Okay, we're going to put that right there because we're going to use that. Okay, so for this one, and again, this one is the other one. I'm going to put them right there so you can see the two different ones. I'm going to change it up again, okay? I'm going to put it this way. I'm going to take, where is my other stamp? Okay, why is my stamp missing? And I don't want to use that one because I have an idea for that one. It's probably on the other side of the table. Okay, well, the one I wanted to use is going, oh, there it is. I thought it went MIA. Okay, so again, and I like to try to keep using the same ink because you have that in your kit. And we're just going to take this image, and I'm going to stamp a background. And you can just throw one lighter in there. I like to do light and dark. There. Just give it a background. Okay, so we're going to take this piece, and we're going to do it this way. Now, again, You've Been on My Mind comes with the kit, but I'm going to use the Thinking of You from the woven thread. And that one, I'm going to pop this one out. And you see, this is a different color paper clip because I had that left over from another kit, which I'll show you. Take Thinking of You. Stamp that right in there. I'm going to take this again, and I'm going to stamp it off once. And I'm just going to put that in the corners so it stands out a little bit. That's going to go right on there. Then I'm going to take these two pieces, and they are going to go right here. Okay, I had this kit right here left over, and inside were some of those little pieces. So that's where the coral color one came from, just so you know. But we're going to use this one for today. All right, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to go ahead and snail that down. This one I'm going to use dimensionals here. Let's take a couple of those off. I got to watch the time here, because I do want to get to the other projects. Okay, so I'm going to put that right in the middle. These two I'm going to layer. You could use the glue dots. I'm just going to grab my snail, put that right there. I'm going to take one of these little guys, add that right there. Grab the linen thread, just grab a big piece. They give you enough that you really don't have to measure it. Besides, I've told you before, I hate measuring anything. Okay, and we're just going to tie that right there in a bow. Now, I do have other alternatives, which I will take pictures of and put on with this on my blog and on my Facebook page, because I won't have time to do them all. Come on. There we go. And then just slide that up. Figure out how you want to turn it. I'm just going to add a little snail to the back of this, because he's already puffed up. Put that right about, maybe on this side. There we go. Fix that bow. I definitely don't want it that big. It's easier to fix it once it's on the card. And then just cut that off. Add a few sequins. And this one, again, I'm using with the woven heirlooms. And this one is going to be a Thinking of You. It is a sympathy card. So this one I'm going to stamp on the inside. And then I'm going to take this, stamp it off once, and put it in the corner. It reminds Maureen of the 70s wallpaper. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so that's another alternative for this card. And, of course, this was the one I just flipped around. All of these will have still shots. And then the last one I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to stamp, is, because I have something else to show you, is this one. Okay, so here's the one that comes in the kit. Here's the alternatives. This is the same idea, but I used the Designer Series paper back here, and I used the stamp that goes with the Verdant Garden. Okay, and I just changed that up to do that card. This one, again, I used a different tag, which I had left over from here. So look at your tags, see what else you have. And I made that using this into, it could be a wedding card or an anniversary card. So that's another little change. This is kind of dark inside, and I don't like to stamp right on there, so I added some Whisper White. Okay. So those are changes. Now, let me show you something that's pretty cool, I think. Let's use some pieces here. All right, there we go. Okay, so for this one, you have that border. I tried doing it in the paper cutter or paper trimmer, but it's so thin at the bottom that scissors work best. Save that piece as a border, okay? And let me show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to take our Seaside Spray, which is in there. It's one of the colors in there. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Deb and Winann. I see you are back on. Didn't say good morning to you earlier. Then I have a piece of Whisper White. Now, the Whisper White, let me see, I have my, is actually 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece, use my detailed glue, which should be here somewhere. You can use the Tombow, but the reason I'm using the detailed glue is because that piece right here is very, very thin. And I'm just going along, if you can see, and I'm just putting a little detailed glue. You don't want a lot because you don't want it squishing out. And trust me, that piece is thin. I'm going to put it on each side here. And always put the top back on this. Flip that around. That real thin piece is going to go on the bottom. I'm just going to lay that right on top of there. Hold it down for a second. Yes, happy Friday. While that's drying a bit, I'm going to take this piece, and again, I'm going to stamp light and dark all over the back. Even that, I don't even care. Okay, because you're just making a background. So when I layer it, you're just going to see edges of it, okay? It's got a little glue on there. I'm going to take this and use the You've Been On My Mind, which comes with the kit. Stamp that right in the middle. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, I got to get these guys out of my way, is I'm going to take a piece of white. Hopefully this is the right piece I'm taking. Okay. And I'm going to take that again. I'm going to stamp one there. Give it a twist on my chamois. I'm going to grab the Seaside Spray. Stamp one there. Again, twist in my chamois, get it cleaned off. And I'm going to use the terracotta tile, which are all the colors in the background there. And then hopefully, there it is, it's at the end of the table. I'm going to grab a punch, which is my 1.5 punch. And I'm going to punch those out. So I've got 3 little pieces now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and snail one of them down. Okay, then I'm going to take my dimensionals, which are on the table somewhere, but guess what? I'm going to use this piece. Okay, why waste it? There we go. And I'm just going to cut that in half. Put that back here and back here. Hi, Freddie. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Connie. Yep, grab a coffee. Have some coffee. Great way to wake up. Thank you. And I'm just going to put these strategically any way I want. Okay. Well, let's see. Let me grab this card. Make sure it doesn't go off the card here. Nope. I don't care if it goes off the... There we go. Okay. So there's what I wanted to do there. And I'm just going to snail that right down onto my card base. All right. I'm going to grab some of our doodads. And this one I'm going to use the peacock because it'll show up better, I think. Let's grab this one because it's got more on it. Put a large one, a little one, and then maybe the medium-sized one in here. And let's see, do I have another? Yeah. And maybe a medium-sized Seaside Spray in there. Okay. So there you go. You have another alternative card using that frame. And then just stamping those and popping them out. Okay, so there's another alternative. I'll show you the one that I had done earlier, because that one had a background with the terracotta tile too. So there's another change up on that. These will all be on my Facebook Live later, or blog later. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is a really simple stamped card. This one you can't really see, but I use the textured embossing folder. I love that one when you're stamping. So you want to stamp first. And again, I'm going to grab the peacock. Let me clean this off. And I'm going to stamp here. Ink it up again because I want it a little bit darker. I'm going to stamp that. Then I'm going to bring in the seashell. I keep playing around with these blocks. Okay, and again, I'm going to do the same color. Make sure it's inked up all the way. Put that there. Put one down this way, just like you see it. Okay. I'm going to take the, do I want Hello Friend? What other one can I use? Let's see. I used the You've Been on My Mind. Okay, so we'll use the Hello Friend again. Let me grab that one. Just put that on my block. Hello Friend is a nice saying because it could be for a birthday card, just that you're thinking of your friend, whatever. Put that one in there. Now, what I would normally do to get that is then I would run it through the Big Shot. I'm not going to run it through the Big Shot because I already did that on there. And then, what I'm going to do is, there's my little mistake. You never throw out anything. You're going to take your dimensionals and add them to the back of the card. This is a real quick, simple stamping card. And I like the simple stamped cards a lot of, I love all the cards, okay? I love doing them. I like the fancy folds, the simple stamped cards. Sometimes can just be so elegant. Okay. Go ahead and do that. I want to get to the last thing that I haven't even done yet. Okay. And I'm just going to layer that on there. Okay. And then I would add some doodads. That's a simply stamped card. The reason I was rushing was because I want to show you something else real quick. Okay, so these are our copper bags and our tags and more accessory kit, which are on page 172. This is going to be worth waiting for, okay? All right, let me just show you this because I haven't done any of this yet, but I want to get to it before I have to get to work. Good morning, New Mexico. Okay, so these nice little treat bags, and these are going to come in real handy with the holidays coming up. And here we have some tags in the different colors. So since I have peacock, let's do the peacock since I have that out. I'm going to grab that, pop those out. Now, mind you, I haven't done this yet. Okay. So let's take, where'd it go? Hello, Friend. And let's take the stamp set that I didn't use, because I have two of them. Let's take the little ink spot. Put that in there. Okay, we're just going to fold that over. Right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to layer that right on there. Okay. Going to take a piece of that copper washi tape that comes with it. Just tear a piece off. Hold that closed, right? Gonna pop this right on the front. Take one of those nice little clips. Make a cute little friend gift. And since I don't need this, I already have one of these stamp sets. One of you lucky stampers that are sharing my video today will win this on Friday morning next week, Facebook Friday Live. No matter where you're from, share my video, and I'm going to pick one lucky winner to receive this in the mail. Like that idea? Okay, so remember, share my video today, whether it's on Facebook now or YouTube later, and you might win this cute little treat bag with the stamp set and the ink pad in it, okay? Now, for next week, remember, I won't be on Sunday. I may do pop-up videos through the month of August, but I don't know when they'll be. And the last thing is next Friday morning at 8 a.m. I'm going to be doing one of the stamp. We're going to stamp, and I'm going to showcase one of the new sets in the new catalog. You want to see which one? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I can't show you the inside of the catalog. But one of these great sets I will be showcasing next Friday morning. So tune in, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.